Hi everybody, we are jumping right in with a pencil sketch today for our llama, and I'm starting with just a little triangle with rounded corners. And then for some nostrils, I'm just going to do kind of two little rainbows. Oh, my lead broke there. Two little kind of rainbow nostrils. And then I'm going to connect those two in the center and then do a little smiley. This is not a photorealistic llama in case you didn't gather that. We're just going to have fun and there is no realism required. So let's play. Okay, kind of at the same height as the top of our little rounded triangle, I'm doing the letter C, and then I'm just going to kind of do a backwards C, but really just adding the eyeball there and maybe a little eyelash. And over here, backwards C, and then we'll add the eyeball in there, kind of the letter C. I hope that makes sense. I know you can see what I'm doing though. Okay, so, and then we're just kind of in the middle, we're going to do some messy hair. You can be a lot messier than I was. I'm not sure why I was kind of careful, but now for the ears, they're kind of little banana shapes. I know, I'm very descriptive with these things, but I'm trying to just simplify this because I think a lot of times people go, I can't draw a llama, but when you break it down into these shapes, I think you can. And so you can see where I kind of met the eye there with the ears and then coming down from the eyes to add the rounded little face. And then for the body, neck kind of area, I'm just doing two very slightly slanted, shaky little lines. And there's our quick little minute and a half sketch. I'm just showing you, I'm going to be using a size 2 round brush for this painting, but you can use whichever brush is comfortable for you. And then I forgot to hit record, but all I did there on the ears so far is I've got sienna on my brush a little bit and then quite a bit of water. And I'm just going to fill in basically the entire llama with this light wash of sienna. And you can see I am painting around the eyes and the muzzle because those are just going to be different colors. And so I'm just avoiding those for right now. Going back up into the ears to make sure everything is still wet because I'm going to do some wet on wet painting. And I made a little bit of a mistake of painting with my window open and it was quite breezy. So my paint was drying pretty quickly. I did end up closing the window, but just getting that nice light wash to start with, keeping things nice and wet, but not to the point where if I tipped the paper, the water would be running or anything. But you'll see now I'm just going to kind of gradually add some colors and a little more boldly add the color, here and there, but using the same color sienna throughout. And if you find that your paint blooms or spreads in ways you weren't expecting it to, maybe just let it. Sometimes that's the fun of watercolor. Let it do its thing, because sometimes those can be fun. And if you end up not liking that, you can learn from it and play with different water and paint ratios and different amounts of water on your brush, on your paper. It's all part of the learning process. And I do know it can be frustrating if that's not the effect you were going for, but we can also just have fun with it and maybe draw lines around it and make it part of the whimsy that we're going for. You can see I'm adding a little bit of darker mix up here, which just means I have more paint on my brush and less water. You can do whatever you want. You know what? I'm just using basically the same color, and I do add a couple different ones in a little bit here, but you can do rainbow colors. Let me show you this llama that I painted, I don't know, maybe in 2022. And he's hilarious. I love the yellow teeth and I love the colors that I chose because they're very unrealistic, of course, but super fun. So go as crazy as you want to with the colors. For some reason today, I just wanted a nice neutral looking llama. And if you're new to watercolor and you're wondering why I'm painting wet on wet, this is just a really nice way to make sure that the colors blend together. And again, I've only used one color so far, just different values of the color by adding more water or using less water. Okay, I have let that completely dry now, and I am adding yellow ochre to the muzzle. That is just what I wanted to do, and I ended up not liking how yellow it is. So I'm going to clean my brush off and wipe it on my towel and then just kind of lift some of that color out because it was a little too much for my liking. And then I'm even going to tone it down a little bit more. Here's the sienna I've been using, and then this is the yellow ochre. I am going to go back into the sienna and I'm going to just put it right in that yellow that's still wet. And again, this is where you can see the colors just blend together. If I would have waited for the yellow to completely dry before adding the sienna, it would just have harsh lines. And this way, everything's just blending together nicely. And so I'm just blending that into the side of the face too, just to kind of, make it not stick out so much. Although it's okay that it sticks out too. It's all good. All right, and now everything, like I said, the ears and everything are dry, so I am coming in wet on dry now with my sienna, and I'm just darkening up. I want the inner portions of the ears to be darker, and I added a little bit more to the crazy hair, and I'm just going to kind of outline the whole body and add more texture inside the body as well with sienna. So I'm not adding any different color to add the texture. A lot of this painting is going to be about adding texture. So I'm adding the texture right now with paint. And obviously this is a very subtle way to add the texture because it's the same color, just a little bit darker. And then later I will add more texture with pens. And if you wanted your texture to be more noticeable, you could get a nice dark brown if you're using the sienna. You just get a darker color than what you're using for your base color. Hindsight is 2020 when I'm looking at this as I'm editing it. Kind of wish I would have added some blush to the cheeks just to add that much more whimsy, but just throwing that out there in case you would like to try that. And while I continue to add texture here, I just want to remind you that this is our last painting of April, our farm animal series, which means there will be a poll coming out soon, so you can vote if you would like to on what we're going to paint in May. And so I will post that link as soon as the poll is up over on Patreon so that you can hop over there and vote on our May theme if you would like. I'm not really sure why, but I was very surprised how many people wanted to do farm animals. I hope I did them justice. But if you didn't enjoy this month's theme, hopefully you will enjoy whatever it is we're going to be painting in May. I'm excited to see. I love that you guys are choosing. And if you ever have ideas of what you would want to see in the poll, you just leave them in the comments. P.S. I forgot to hit record again when I did the eyes. But all I did is add Van Dyke Brown, and I'm just kind of reshaping them a little bit. I added brown because I wasn't sure if I wanted them to be a dark black. So again, being a little bit careful, although you'll see in a little bit, dark brown eyes aren't super different from black eyes, but they do make a little bit of a difference. All right, I'm just going to add that same Van Dyke Brown to the nostrils. And then just to give the nose a little shape, I'm going to clean my brush, put a little water on it, and then tap right above the nostrils and then let my brush go down in it to grab some of that color and just bring it up a little bit above the nostrils. And then decided I'm just going to go ahead and put that same color on the mouth area as well. Our little smiley mouth. You can make the mouth however you want. If you've seen any of my anthropomorphic animals I've done, I really like to do kind of grumpy mouths. I don't know why they make me happy, but for some reason the llama needed to be smiling. Okay, back up to the ears. I'm bringing some of that Van Dyke Brown into the ears, just again to add more contrast on the inner part of our ears. And we'll just do that on the hair as well. Again, in hindsight, wish I would have done messier hair, but I'll go ahead and outline the entire llama here. And with that brown, I'm going to blend this up here a little bit though, just so, because I don't really want a line up there. And then I'm noticing that ear needs to be kind of reshaped a little bit. We just tweak as we go, don't we? And it's okay. Look at how uneven the ears are. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. I hope you don't either. Little Van Dyke Brown with quite a bit of water underneath his little chin, and just going to add some more texture with that brown color. Again, just very subtle differences here between the colors that we're using. Oh, and while I'm continuing this, just back to Patreon real quick. If you want to take the polls, you do not have to pay anything, okay? You just come on over, join as a free member, and then you can participate in the polls. There is always the option to pay the $3 a month if you want, and that just supports me as an artist, a little support for all the free videos that I put out on YouTube. But bonus, you get to watch all my tutorials with no ads if you pay that $3 a month. Truly, no pressure. Cancel at any time, rejoin at any time, cancel again, whatever works for you. It's just fun to see people over there. And yeah, thanks to everybody who has joined either at the $3 tier or as a free member. I will say, being an artist online is kind of a weird thing because You kind of want to make money because you want it to be your job, but then you feel weird asking for money. Anyway, okay, sorry, getting behind here. I am using now my Micron size 8, and I have just filled in the little nostrils and filled in the eyes. I did decide I do want them to be black, adding some eyelashes here, and just going to add some texture. I told you this is a lot about texture. I'm kind of just giving a light, sketchy outline for the muzzle, and I will just outline the entire llama here with some wobbly lines. The wobblier, the better, as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, the funny thing is, maybe not funny, but whatever. Something that happened is I did decide after I was finished with this that I wanted to paint a background. And then the background kind of covered up my pen details a little bit. So then I end up going over them again. So I'm telling you that to maybe save you a step. If you want to paint, if you decide to have a background, you can paint that in first and then add your pen details. Also, you want to do it that way if you don't have waterproof pens. Because if you did this with, let's say, just a regular old black pen, it's going to bleed all over the place if you add water. So I am just adding some more details here. I was going to start the background, but I'm like, oop, maybe some more ears, maybe some more texture. You can go as crazy or not and with this as you'd like. Now, with my white Jelly Roll pen, I should have waited for my black eyes to dry more because this was not working at all. So I eventually got it to work, and there you go. Just added a few little highlights in the eyes to give a little reflection. And now I'm going to mix together cobalt blue and tree green. And I apologize, I did not mix this on screen like I've been trying to remember to do. So you can kind of just mix blue and green together until you get the color you'd like, if you would like that. I think I add blue a lot to my backgrounds. I'm just kind of realizing that. That's okay. You can add whatever color you want. And here's where, after the blue is completely dry, I'm coming back in with my pen details, and I am going to speed you up through this because I'm literally just darkening up all of the lines that I've already put in there, including the eyelashes, and just getting it to the point where the lines pop the way I want them to. All right, there we have our number 17 out of 52 tiny paintings this year. So you can go ahead and sign if you so desire. And I'm just numbering all of them. I'm putting them in a little binder to keep everything in there. I have that in one of my videos, a little trading card binder that I'm keeping. So all right, I hope you have fun with this, and I hope you'll post over in the community. I love seeing your work over there, and I know you're all having fun seeing each other's work as well. All right, we'll see you next time.